Europe in the 17th century marked an era of profound spiritual skepticism and existential uncertainty set against the backdrop of scientific and technological progress. René Descartes emerged as a pivotal figure during this time, whose insatiable curiosity led him to probe the fundamental questions of philosophy, particularly concerning the nature of reality and the intricate interplay between mind and body. In this video, we will explore how Descartes became the architect of foundational truths through his rigorous and skeptical methodology, revolutionizing philosophical approaches and earning him the distinguished title of the father of modern philosophy. The early Enlightenment witnessed the tumultuous shift in perceptions around knowledge and truth, coupled with a pervasive skepticism toward traditional belief systems. Amid this period of expanding potentiality and uncertain truths, Descartes, a devoted student of philosophy and mathematics, embarked on a quest for certainty in knowledge through the process of internal reasoning, earning him the title the father of rationalism. Descartes contended that certain truths, especially in mathematics and metaphysics, were intuitively known and required no validation through sensory experience. Descartes found himself captivated by the limitless potentialities awaiting discovery through the exploration of mathematics. However, he recognized that if it were possible to cast any skepticism on the fundamental premises upon which mathematics is built, all subsequent conclusions would need to be rejected. Descartes wondered if this same concept which upholds the integrity of mathematical truth could be extended to other realms of knowledge, specifically concerning the nature of reality. His conviction rested on the belief that by identifying premises whose truth was inherently undeniable, he could employ the same process of logical deduction to arrive at irrefutable truths regarding the fundamental essence of humanity and the world. In order to build a body of indisputable knowledge, Descartes understood that a foundation of irrefutable truth would need to be laid meticulously through a process of rigorous reasoning, systematically rejecting any concepts or ideas that were susceptible to doubt. Beginning his Deconstructive Inquiry, Descartes asserted that our immediate sense perception can often be misleading. For example, a tree branch may seem to possess a specific shape, yet when submerged in water, it undergoes distortion and assumes a different form. Consequently, Descartes argued that we cannot be entirely certain that our sense perceptions are an accurate reflection of reality. Descartes extended his skepticism further, positing that during dreams one lacks awareness of the dream state, making it impossible to be entirely certain of not dreaming at any given moment. Delving even deeper, Descartes theorized the possibility of a malevolent demon deceiving him into perceiving an entirely false reality. He suggested that while it may appear to his senses that he was sitting by a fire, his capacity to doubt meant that he could never be entirely sure that this was indeed true reality. Descartes wondered if there was anything which a malevolent spirit could not deceive him of, and therein lay his ultimate realization. Whether he is truly sitting by a fire or his senses are being manipulated, the undeniable fact remains that he is able to contemplate his existence, and the very act of doubt presupposes a thinking subject. While he may be uncertain about his true nature, or the nature of the objects of his perception, the indisputable truth is that he is a conscious entity, having conscious experiences. Descartes' conclusion to his rigorous process of skepticism was distilled into his famous phrase, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. From this irrefutable starting point, Descartes now had a foundation for building a body of knowledge capable of withstanding any skepticism or uncertainty. Within the framework of his self-deduction as a thinking being, Descartes had found an irrefutable premise for further logical deductions. From this vantage point, he formulated an argument for the existence of God based solely on the faculty of reason. Descartes claimed that he was able to conceive of himself as an imperfect, finite being, yet had in his mind the concept of a perfect, infinite being, which he conceptualized as God. Descartes contended that the concept of a perfect being could not originate from an imperfect mind, and so must have been put there by said perfect being. Furthermore, Descartes employs the principle that the cause of an idea must possess at least as much reality as the idea itself, leading to the conclusion that God must exist. Descartes' concept of an innate idea of God has encountered criticism, namely that there is not an observable, universal set of concepts inherent in everyone from birth that could convincingly demonstrate the existence of God. Additionally, the influence of experiences and cultural factors has emerged as an alternative explanation for the formation of ideas. Descartes was the first Western philosopher to propose the existence of two distinct substances in the world, mental and material. Applying this idea to the mind and body, he asserted their status as separate entities, pioneering what is now known as mind-body dualism. The mind, characterized by consciousness, lacks spatial existence, while the body, devoid of consciousness, is defined entirely by its spatial and physical dimensions. Consequently, Descartes posited that the mind must exist independently of the brain, and more so that their interaction presents an inherent contradiction. How is it that mental and material entities residing in entirely different metaphysical spaces can influence each other? For example, how can the mind affect the body in such a way that allows us to lift a glass through thought? Or how can physical stimuli on the body cause mental sensations? This enigma, known today as the MindBody Problem, stands as one of Descartes' most enduring contributions to Western philosophy. Various theories have been proposed as a solution to the mind-body problem, including monism, which posits that the mind and body are inseparable aspects of the same unified system. Contemporary advancements in neuroscience have also suggested correlations between mental processes and physical activity within the brain. However, the conflict introduced by Descartes continues to elude, leaving the mind-body problem without a definitive resolution. Descartes met his eventual demise in 1650, succumbing to pneumonia while fulfilling his duties as a tutor to the Queen of Sweden. The unforgiving embrace of the harsh Swedish winter in which Descartes found himself mirrored the expansive and uncharted realms of knowledge he left behind, a poignant conclusion to a life devoted to the relentless pursuit of certainty. Descartes stands as a pivotal figure of the Enlightenment period whose contributions to philosophy resonate through the corridors of intellectual history. His methodical skepticism and foundational work in rationalism paved the way for a new era of philosophical inquiry. Descartes' legacy persists as an enduring source of inspiration and contemplation, a testament to the profound impact one thinker can have on the evolution of human thought.